What's going on, guys? I'm Nikanti, and in this video, we're going to go over when you should decide to just give up on trading and move on to something else. It's not an easy conversation to have. I know every influencer you see tells you, oh, you should never quit, never give up. There's a point where a lot of you guys are just going to keep losing more and more money, and it's only going to hurt you in the long term until you eventually do decide that you can't do it and you got to give up. So this is what you got to know before you make that decision. If you don't have the inherent skills needed to be a successful trader, it's going to be significantly harder, if not borderline impossible, to succeed. And this is what they are. You need to be quick to learn, have the willingness to learn, be adaptable, have good pattern recognition, and a passion for trading and a passion for improving yourself. I think you need to have all four of those things if you really want to be able to succeed at a faster rate than those that don't have these skills. Now, you could say discipline too. Discipline you can build up regardless of what you're doing. But this is where those four traits are super important for trading. Number two, if you have other skills outside of trading, like if you're really good at talking to people, you have that verbal strength of persuasion, and you're very outgoing, very extroverted, why are you trading? Literally, you could just get into sales. You could be an event promoter. Like, there's so many things you could do that you can make a lot of money doing instead of digging yourself a hole in trading. Trading for you might be putting a circle into a square hole when you're a square or a triangle, because some people will take being a square as an insult. A lot of you guys would be way better off if you got to sales or found some other high income skill outside of trading, because trading is hard for people that, even if they have all four of the traits that I mentioned, it's still really hard. So if you don't have if you don't have all four of those traits, it's going to be a lot harder to succeed at trading, like a lot harder. Number three, if you're not willing to put in the work that you need to put in to improve as a trader and be successful, just stop right now. If you feel like there's nowhere you need to improve on, you're just waiting for the market to catch up to you, you'll never make it. You will lose more and more money and you will never succeed. I promise you that. If you're not willing to improve yourself, if you're not willing to improve your strategy, if you're not willing to learn and understand that you need to put your ego aside to be able to better yourself as a trader, it's impossible, because the you are right now is what's gotten to you to where you're at right now, and it's going to keep putting you in that same position, except later on, it's going to be you lose more money and more time in the process. And then you'll be in the same spot next year with less time and down even more money. If you share the common denominators that other unsuccessful traders have, you're going to be right there with them, buddy. I promise you that. You need to understand what the common denominators are of unsuccessful traders, with them being lazy, stubborn, egotistical, closed-minded, poor money management, undisciplined, not willing to improve themselves. If you share any of those traits, you're going to be just like them. Use every resource you have to your advantage. If you have a lot of money sitting in the bank already, but you decide you just want to put all that into trading and just trade every day, you're not going to make it, because you could literally allocate that same money. One, you can just leave it in your bank and save it for investing for when the market decides to start tanking again. You could put into mentorships, masterminds. There's so many things you could do with that money to make you a better trader, to put you at a better position in life, because that's the end goal of trading, so that we can be in a better position and to be better as a person in general. If you see a mastermind, a mentorship open up, and it's an influencer that you respect, that you know is good, that you've discerned is actually worthy of investing into to make you a better trader, put that money in there. Any software you feel like is going to make you a better trader, pay that subscription, because it's probably worth it. Any community that you want to join, but you're like, I don't know if I want to spend the money, put that money in there, make that investment into yourself and your life, and you will be at a much better chance of being successful as a trader than you would have been if you didn't make that investment. Some of you guys are just not willing to do any of these things, and you wonder why you're in the same position you're at. You're like, oh, but I'm showing up every day. Oh, I'm learning every day. Yeah, but not really at all, because you're just going to make the same mistakes over and over again, and you don't know what you don't know. You think you know everything. You think you have everything that you need to have to be a successful trader, and that the market and life just has to catch up to you, and you think that manifesting and saying that you already have it is going to get you it. But I hate to say it, well, not really at all, it won't. You got to be willing to put these investments into yourself to become a better trader. Put that money into yourself. You're better off doing that than pissing it away on shit trades that you think are good, but you haven't put the time in to actually see if it's actually a good trade to take. And you wonder why you're still at where you're at. Everything being said, you can still be a successful trader. You can still succeed in trading if you don't have those inherent traits. You're just gonna have to be willing to put in a lot more work, put a lot more time and a lot more studying than those that already have those inherent traits to begin with. Because when you see these success stories of how these people succeeded so quickly, it's because they were smart, they had the skills inherently, they had the money from either their families, or they were just savvy and somehow had 40K in the bank at 17 years old from some online business they started, and they were able to succeed in trading within a year. Most of us aren't those guys. When I was 17, I was investing in vapes and weed and degenerate shit, wasting it all. I didn't even know about trading at the time. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are in that same position. You weren't blessed to be closer to the finish line than those that already had those resources and those inherent skills to begin with, but you could still do it by putting in more work, more time, more hours, more studying, more self-improving, more self-investing to make you a better trader and set you up for success in the long term. It's possible. It just can be a little bit harder, but if that it's going to be harder, it doesn't deter you from being consistently showing up to the charts every day and finding out ways to improve yourself and actually working to improve yourself as a trader and your strategy and whatever, then you'll be fine. It's just going to take a little bit more time. This video wasn't really meant to deter you from stopping if you had a bad day or you feel like you can't do this, because those really bad days are what catapult you to having really good days. But you got to be willing to put in the work, obviously. I know a lot of the things I said were basically motivational guru crap, but it's all true. It's all 100% true and accurate. And I've learned that from eating a lot of shit this year with my trading and last year. So you just got to be willing to put the time in. You got to be willing to improve yourself. You can't be egotistical or stubborn and think, oh, I already have it figured out. The market just got to catch up to me. Newsflash, spoiler alert, it won't. And you're just going to fall further behind each and every year until you realize that you can't do it anymore by doing what you've been doing and being who you've been being. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys like this video. I got plenty more videos like these coming out real soon. More trading education related, saying things that most traders don't really put out there or think to put out there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe for more. Leave a comment down below if you found this helpful or you have any other piece of advice you want to throw into the comment section. I can always learn more myself. Appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Peace.